Today we're completing this ecosystem fish tank by adding the inhabitants. Now in my last video we set up this ecosystem fish tank, doing everything from installing the undergravel filter, planting it all out, seeding the tank with a cycled sponge filter, and finally adding a variety of snails to help kickstart the ecosystem and eat any initial algae. It's now been about 3 weeks since that initial setup, and in that time I have added a couple more inhabitants, and they are a Marno shrimp. Just 3 for now, but they're settled in really well, they're really active, they look really cool, and these are going to be great little algae eaters, in particular hair and string algae, which are types of algae that snails tend not to eat. They're also going to help round out that ecosystem even more. That being said, we are now more than ready to start adding some fish into this ecosystem. I'd also like to add a second variety of shrimp. And I've actually found somebody on the site Pre-Loved that is looking to offload both some fish and some shrimp that would be perfect for in this tank. So I sent them a message earlier and I'm going to go and collect them tomorrow morning. So I shall see you in the morning. Okay, so it is now the next day and we are on our way to Esther. So yeah, it's about half an hour away. So I'll see you when I get there. Okay, so I'm actually on my way back now. I picked up the fish and the shrimp, and the guy actually gave me them in like a little Chinese takeaway tub, so they're not in that much water. So I want to get back as quick as I can. Got the heating on full blast in the car to keep them nice and warm, so I am absolutely boiling. But yeah, I'll see you when I get back. So we are now back home. The fish and the shrimp are acclimating as we speak. That's going to take about 20 minutes, half an hour. Whilst they're doing that, I want to add a few more plants. And them plants are Elodia and Pogostemon stellatus octopus. And even though both of these plants could be planted into the substrate, I'm going to be using them in a different way. I'm just going to be floating them. And this is going to provide some nice cover for the fish, which should help them feel a little bit more comfortable, help them settle in, and also the shrimp will love it because shrimp really like things to grab onto. So these floating stem plants will be perfect for that. Okay, so the acclimation is done. Let's get these guys into their new home. So there we go, the fish and the shrimp are in. The fish, as you may be able to see, are guppies, and more specifically Japanese blue sword guppies, and the shrimp are cherry shrimp. And now that they are in, I'm going to add some Fritzyne 7, which contains live nitrifying bacteria, which should hopefully prevent any potential ammonia spikes or anything like that. Even though we probably don't really need this because we did squeeze out the cycled sponge filter in here, which would have contained lots of beneficial bacteria. Plus we've got live plants, but this is just a bit of an extra precaution, peace of mind sort of thing. And I'm now going to turn the lights off for a good 24 hours, put the lid back on, all of that. That will give everyone a chance to settle in, let them get used to their new surroundings, and yeah, I shall see you in 24 hours and we shall see how they are all getting on. Okay, so it is now 24 hours later, everyone's eaten and everyone's looking good. Now, the reason I decided to go with these particular fish and shrimp is because they're going to be more than happy in my tap water, which is going to make water changes really easy. Obviously, I will need to add dechlorinator, but I won't need to worry about adjusting pH or the hardness of the water or anything like that. And so it's just going to help keep things really nice and simple. I'm also hoping that in time, both the guppies and the cherry shrimp are going to breed. Obviously, I'm pretty certain that the guppies will because, you know, they're guppies and guppies really like to breed. And the cherry shrimp, I'm pretty hopeful that they will as well because the guy that I got them from, he had both the guppies and the cherry shrimp breeding in the same tank. So hopefully they will continue to do that here. He also seems to have given me a good variety of both males and females and also a variety of ages. Like we've got some really small little guppies and some tiny little shrimp. And we've also got some slightly older guppies and what I think are fully grown shrimp. But let me know in the comments how long you think it's going to take for this tank to be full of guppies and shrimp. I reckon within 6 months. But yeah, let me know what you think. And obviously I will do updates of how this ecosystem progresses over the next few months in future videos. That being said though, I think that is the ecosystem tank complete for now. If you've enjoyed this video, don't forget to hit that like button, subscribe if you haven't already, and I'll see you on the next one.